Hello, this is a little video about dual reed harmonicas. Be patient with me, I'm just doing this on the fly. I have no syllabus, nothing planned, have no idea what I'm going to play or say. uh, these are dual reed harmonicas. They come in two types mostly. The dual reed harmonica, they have two rows of holes, an upper and a lower. These are tremolo harmonicas here. These ones here that are curved on the front, if they're curved on the front, they're usually an octave harmonica, and these are octave. This says right on there, octave. These two are Unser Lieblinge. That's the German pronunciation. Got that from a German friend of mine. It's in G and this one's in C. How these function is they alternate the breath direction. This would be a blow note. Now the note on the top and the note on the bottom are the same note. This happens to be a C harmonica. These marked notes are C notes, the key note. We're not going to get into music theory. This also is a C harmonica, but we have no markings. You just got to figure out where you're at. It's similar. Here's just two standard blues harmonicas. This one has numbers on it. This one has no numbers on it. You can't really see them the numbers when you're playing anyway. But this one has some markings. This one has these little circles here. That's your key note. This is an East top. So you got the same note in the top and the bottom. On the octave, it's also the same note in the top and the bottom, but they're an octave apart. If this is a C, this is also going to be a C note down here, but they're going to sound an octave apart. Let me demonstrate that for you. Here's a C note, and I'm going to play the top and the bottom, then I'll play them together. So they sound really almost the same, and they are almost the same, but they're slightly different. So when you play them together, you get that wavering sound because the sine wave is going in and out of sync with itself. This is also a C harmonica, and here we have the whole numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and those would correspond to these whole numbers on here. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the key note would be in hole number 4 here. Now this is a G harmonica, so hole number 4, that would be a G note. So let me grab the C harmonica, and it doesn't have numbers, but 1, 2, 3, 4, that'll be a C note. Just a single note. Here we got hole number 4. Hole number 4 is actually going to have, it says 4, you're going to have a blow note and a draw note associated with that. These only sound on blow, these only sound on the draw. So that's why the number 4 is between these. These 4 holes here function the same as that hole number 4 on this harmonica here. So I'll play this C note on here, And this one's going to sound a little different than this C on here, because it's going to waver faster. The tremolo speed's faster on this one. So that's an echo harp. This is an echo harp. This one has two sides to it. This is an echo harp. This one's in G. Echo harps have a faster tremolo speed. These Asian harmonicas, this is a Suzuki, have a slower tremolo speed. And the octave harps are different yet. So we'll go to the fourth blow note here. Now this one is a shorter scale, so we'll just have to count over 3. 1, 2, 3, and that'll be our C note. That's two different notes, a low C and a regular C. And then you play them together, you get that sound. So how do these harmonicas work here, these dual reed harmonicas? You have a note, the same notes in the top and the bottom, or else they're an octave apart on an octave. And this is a blow note. So if this is a blow note here, then over here is a draw note, and over here is a draw note. So if I blow into all 6 of these holes here, I'm going to get one note, the note that's in the middle. That's why these dividers can be so small, and I can play it. The dividers are a little bit bigger on these, or on something like this. This is a chromatic, because you got a blow and a draw note in each hole. If I just inhale on this hole here, nothing happens. Because of the direction the reeds are, the side of the reed plate they're on. Now, the note to the right of this blow note, this is a draw note. Blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw. That's how it goes. So if I inhale on this note, it'll sound. If I inhale on all 6 of these holes, I get one note, the note in the middle, because that's a blow note there and it's a blow note on the other side. So that's how these things work. On this thing here, well, maybe it's easier to show on, well, I'll go ahead and use this one. On this harmonica here, that is the 4th one over, that's the key note, that's the C note. You blow in there, you get a C. You draw, you get a D. I'll demonstrate that. On this one, I blow here, I get a C. I draw here, I get a D. To play a scale on here, it's blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw, draw, blow. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So it's blow C, draw D, blow E, draw F, blow G, draw A, draw B, blow C. Now, you might notice blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw, draw, blow. The pattern changed here. And the reason for that is they wanted to put the C on the blow. So you got C, E, G, C. C, E, G is a C chord. And so they changed the pattern to keep all the way across is C, E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G. So any place you blow on this harmonica, you get a C chord. The same way with this, it's C, E, G all the way across the blow notes. You get a C chord. And the reason for that is you can add chords while you're playing. So the scale here would be C, D, E, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We had to skip over a whole draw, draw, blow to get the scale there. So blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw, draw, blow. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Most of you guys will have, if you got your first tremolo harmonica, it's probably going to be a C. And you'll have to figure out where your scale is going to start at. Now this echo harp is pretty easy because they've got it marked. Here's a number 4. Now here's an echo harp that's shorter. It has less holes. But if you look on the top of here, the hole numbers are also marked. They start, I'm going out of focus here, I'm sorry about that. They start on number 2. Maybe if I set this down, I can get this in focus here. Okay. 2, 3, 4. So there's your blow note for 4 and your draw note for 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no 10 and there's no 1. That's because on that one, it's like if I put my thumb over hole number 1 and I put my thumb over hole number 10, that's what I'd have. Works the same with this harmonica here. Well, this one's got numbers on it. So if I put my thumb over hole number 1 and over hole number 10, I'd have 8 holes, 16 notes. That's what I have here, 16 notes on this shorter one. Here's another one. This is a Honor Weekender. This is a rather cheap one. This has 16 notes. It's as if I had a standard size blues harmonica and I put my thumb over the last 2 notes. It's just a truncated scale. The same thing here. These Lieblingers, you can get these longer, bigger, with more notes, but this one only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 notes. So it's as if it had 8 holes. Here's one that only has 12 notes. So they come in different sizes. So to play your scale, you're going to go blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw, draw, blow. And that'll give you a C scale. If you're playing a G harmonica, this is a G harmonica, you get a G scale. Depends on what, whatever key. On a G harmonica, the notes are G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So here's a G tremolo harmonica, Suzuki humming. Notes would be G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, because in the key of G, all the Fs are sharp. Here's an A sharp, which is the same thing as a B flat, so your notes would be, in B flat, you have 2 flats. Your notes would be B flat, D, E flat, F, G, A, I got that wrong, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. D harmonica, D has two sharps. And I wasn't going to get into music theory, sorry. D, E, F sharp, G, A. See, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. And then when you blow, you get a D chord. So how do you play these things? I'll grab this C harmonica here. The normal way to play these things, I think the best way, is to tongue block. You can just pucker and that'll work, but these really work better tongue blocking because they were really designed to add chords. These you can't bend notes on them, really. It's not practical. It's technically it's possible. It's not practical. These were designed to play melody out the right corner of your mouth, and then you add chords. And how you do that is you would put your mouth around several holes at once, and you will get a chord. Now, these are Richter tunes, so you have this scale that starts at hole number 4. Down here in the first 3 holes, you have chords. You blow, you get a C chord. You blow anywhere, you get a C chord. You inhale, you draw, you get a G chord, the fifth, the dominant chord of your key. So I'll just do that. So I blew, got the C chord, inhaled, got the G chord. And what you do is, so you've got your mouth around several of these holes, and so you can play a chord, and you just touch the tip of your tongue to the front. You don't press hard against there. You don't have the harmonica pressed hard against your mouth either. You're just barely touching it, because you need to be able to slide back and forth to different positions. And so you just barely touch this with your tongue, and you can block out the notes on the left and just get a single note. There's a C chord, and I had my tongue on the front of the thing. Now, if you're doing that, you can lift your tongue off and get the chord. So I'm playing with my tongue on there, and then I take it off. And you can get a rhythm going, you get your harmony going. Then you can do it when you're inhaling also. That's a simple little folk tune. There's 2 ways to do these chords. You can start with the note and then take your tongue off and add the chord. Or you can start with your tongue off and start with a lot of notes and slap your tongue down on there to stop the chord. It gives you a different rhythm. Trying to think right fast of a song that uses that kind of a rhythm. Let's try that on the G. You can see that on some of those notes, I'm starting with the note and slapping. We'll go back to the C. Well, let's see. Let's try this. Let's try one of these. This is a C, but this is the Asian tuning. We'll try that. Now here's I'm doing it. So I'm starting with a lot of notes. See, I'm starting with a lot of notes. Let's try another one, another tune that might demonstrate that a little better. I should have picked out the songs before I started the video. There, that one uses that technique a lot. Starting with a lot of notes and then slapping the tongue on there. I'm kind of sliding into that one too. I'm starting with a bunch of notes and I'm sliding into the one I want to go to, and then I'm putting the tongue down to stop the ones on the left. Now there's the slapping again. Now you may wonder, why in the world have so many of these harmonicas? And maybe I have too many, I don't know. I used to actually play in public a lot. I got microphones and amps and stuff, and I actually was in a band for about 8 years too. You have to have the right key, obviously, to play if you're playing with other people. The other thing is that you get different sounds out of either the octave or the tremolo. Let's go ahead and we'll try to play that same song on this octave just so you kind of hear. Yeah, that's enough. So you get the idea. They sound different. Also, there's a different tremolo speed on these different ones. The Asian tremolo harmonicas, such as these Suzuki's over here, have a here's another one, have a slower tremolo speed. The Honors, this is a echo harp, have a faster tremolo speed. That sounds nice. It depends on what you're wanting to do. These are usually tuned to not just, to equal temperament. And that means the notes are tuned like the notes on a piano. A piano is in tune with whatever key it's playing in. It's kind of, the notes are kind of jiggled around to where it's basically in tune with all keys, but it's a little bit out of tune with all keys also. These things here, the chords sound really smooth because the chords are set up for the key that you're in. So the notes are a little bit different in the key of B flat than in the key of C or in the key of G or something. So those have really nice chords. They have faster tremolo rate. These here, this is a Seidel Sailor. I've got these in 3 different keys. These are a compromise tuning. They're not equal temperament, but they're not completely all the way. They've got a medium tremolo speed. They're kind of in between the Asian tuned and the Honor echo harps. Maybe a little closer to the echo. I'll go ahead. Here's a C. I'll play a little bit. They're nice sounding, but they all sound nice, but you got to have the right one. The other difference is these Asian tuned ones have a different scale. Here's one. Have a different scale at the bottom. This one, you got your major scale, runs all the way up. In the bottom, you got 2 chords. Well, when you have 2 chords down there, the C chord and the G chord on this one, if it's a D harp, you have a D chord on the blow and an A chord when you inhale. Whatever it'd be, the 5th chord, the dominant. On these Asian ones, you don't have that. You have a scale down here. I made a separate video about Richter tuning on a tremolo, and I'll put a link to that video in the description below this video so you can see that, because this video is already running kind of long. But this one doesn't have the missing notes at the bottom. I mean, it can't play chromatically, but it has a complete C scale down here. You go C, D, E, F, G. Well, let me get my pointer so you know where. C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. The higher notes on the left, you got to do that because you got the B here. You can't put the B over here on the right like you did here because you got a D note here. So this goes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now if you've got a harmonica that's shorter, it doesn't have the 21 notes, you got yourself a 16 note or a 14 note or something, it's in C, you're going to still have this same pattern right here in the middle somewhere. You're just going to have to find your blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw, draw, blow. You're going to have to find that somewhere, and there you go. On this one, you have missing notes. You got C, D, E, there's no F, you got a G, then you got another G, and then there's no A, and there's a B. Why do they do that? Because you want GBD for your draw chord, and you want CEG for your blow chord. And so that you get two G's because you need CEG for the blow chord, you need GBD for the draw chord, so you need a draw G and a blow G, and you lose the F note also. On a harmonica like this, you can bend the notes to fill that in. But now you have the same pattern on, this is a chromatic harmonica. This will play all the notes, but when you have the button out, this is a C. You have C, D, blow, draw, E, F, G, A, B, C. Blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw, draw, blow. Then you start it all over again an octave higher. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw, draw, blow. So if you learn that pattern that's in the middle of here, the blow, draw, blow, draw, blow, draw, draw, blow, that gives you your major scale in the middle of that. That's the same pattern that's used all across the chromatic harmonica, and it's also used in the middle of this tremolo harmonica, also used in the middle of this octave harmonica. I don't know if there's anything I forgot to mention, but anyway, that was just kind of a stream of thought thing. This video is already kind of running long. So if you have one of these tremolo harmonicas, that might get you started. Have fun with it. I'll put a couple links in the description to a video I made about playing a simple tune or something like that. But this should get you kind of going and kind of understanding what's this unusual harmonica I found. These are not good for playing the blues. Do not try to play blues on these. They don't bend notes very well. It's possible, but it doesn't come out very well. They're really good for playing folk songs, for playing Christmas music, and for playing hymns. I like to play hymns on them too. So anyway, hope that helps. Bye.